Finding the geek within.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starstruck, where we review episodes of Stargirl. This is episode 9, and with me is Michael and Stephanie. I took away your moments. This is Cleve.
You're just like Courtney.
In protest, I'm just gonna sit here and be quiet.
What'd you think?
I want to know Michael's opinion. He
Michael.
seems to think like nothing happened in this episode.
I did. I thought this was the most boring episode that's happened so far. I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
Did you miss the Matilda moment where he made things swirl around him with that fun song in the background?
I didn't. I didn't miss that, but
Insane in the Membrane is what you're referring to. And yes, he super Matilda it.
And as soon as he started like crushing the can and stuff, I'm like, why is this so Matilda? And then things started flying around him. I was like, oh geez.
Yeah, I don't know. This episode didn't do anything for me.
I think it was another episode where we had to establish some things. So, yeah, it definitely slowed down action-wise, but it gave us more background and told us more story. Like, the creation of Brainwave.
The things I don't want.
And the psychopath.
You mean Brainwave Jr.?
Brainwave also. Because he watched
the videos.
He watched the
That
tapes.
was even worse to me. Like, that was annoying. I really didn't want to watch that.
All right. So
I don't know, man. Like, I felt like this episode was rough for me to get through, and I've been a champion of this show so far. I've really been on board, and I just feel like this was, I don't know, maybe it's because he feels like a discount, like dollar store version of NPH.
Have you been on board? Because throughout, we're 9 episodes in, and you've only never said anything negative about Pat.
The show is about Pat. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a Pat show, and I'm on board.
I don't think Derek's ever watched an episode of this because I'm usually watching it just on my phone because I just have the app downloaded. But I put it on the TV and Derek saw part of it. But Pat came home and Barbara was trying to cook, and Derek looked up and he said, "Now that's a superhero right there."
This show is about Pat, hands down, guys. If you didn't know that already, you're missing out.
No, man. It's about
this should
Courtney.
be called Stripesy. This shouldn't be called Bullshit Stargirl.
What are you talking about, man? She had so many great scenes today.
Did she?
Sure. So we open up with a flashback to the creation of Brainwave, and then we get more of that later in the episode. It's interesting to see the development into, because it's like, okay, because he didn't seem like a terrible person, but he had an abusive parent, and everybody kicked this man. So the moment that he got actual power, it makes perfect sense that he turned into a villain.
Yeah.
I don't feel real bad for him because the first scene they show us of him is him reading someone's mind and then him going on tape and saying, "I know I should feel bad, but it felt good."
You mean when the guy had a gun to his face and was going to murder him?
No, I get that, but we didn't have to kill him.
Hey, I don't have powers, and if a man's about to kill me, I will try to kill him first.
But are you gonna feel good about it?
Right.
If I win?
No, you would walk away, and it would weigh on you for the rest of your life, man.
No, man.
You're a good person.
I would say, man, it's nice to know that if it really went down, I would be able to take care of myself. Because we all have that question. If someone busted in your door right now, do you feel like you would be able to take that person?
I mean, it depends on who's busting the door. Betty White, probably I'm good. Dolph Lundgren, even at 65, 70, I don't know that I could do it. He might overpower me. Pat Dugan would just charm me to death.
Pat Dugan would charm you?
Fucking love Pat. I think Pat's the dad we all need.
What was the group of 7 with 8 members?
The seven soldiers.
I
with
thought
8 people.
I thought that was a fun joke. It was like, we could never get the name down. And I can only hope that's comic all the way through. I hope there's a group of 8 people that go by 7, and it's like a constant running joke in the comic.
Yeah, and then he named 3 of them. I was like, you want to name the rest of them for me? I don't know who those people are.
One of them's the janitor.
Yeah, the knight in the middle.
That's what I figured.
How'd you feel about
that was the point?
How'd you feel about the mop scene?
When he's having flashbacks because he has an amnesia or whatever?
I guess.
I was confused. I was like, is a mop turning into Stargirl's staff? Or is he just hallucinating?
Yeah, because he's slowly gaining memories back because at one point in time he saw Pat and was like, it was that very confused, like,
yeah.
I just got out of the game of Jumanji and
And he said his name too. Well, he said Stripes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I feel like we could have cut out quite a bit that we put in this episode and gotten more into Brainwave Jr., Brainwave, and the janitor, and I would have been more invested.
Yeah.
Like Cindy disappearing, someone could have walked by and gone, yeah, I had to put her in the prison. And that would have been sufficient for me. I didn't actually need to see her. I enjoy that she said that she was going to kill her dad.
Like they killed her
While
mother?
she was in a prison? How?
And then he was like, go ahead and gas her. She needs to take a nap.
Yeah, I love that. That was the one good part. It was like, give her the gas. She always liked it as a child. What?
One thing I thought was interesting, though, it
Always
seems
worked.
like
Not always that she liked it.
I thought he said she always liked it. I'd have to go back and watch it. I'm pretty sure he indicated that she enjoyed the gas.
We have different issues then. If she's like, give me the gas.
I think he did say that she always liked that. And I don't know if he meant it as in like she enjoyed being gassed or I don't know, maybe it helped her chill out.
I thought it was interesting too that the school said that she was studying overseas with her mom, and I was like, I thought it was known that her mom died.
Well, maybe the stepmom though.
I guess.
Yeah.
They said
Don't know how
mom.
much she loves her.
Right.
I thought it was interesting how the rest of the ISA doesn't seem to really respect Dr. Ito,
I
which
think he's done some dark things.
I was like, he seems like a terrible person, and all of their plans weigh on his, but maybe they're not collaborating. He's just off doing his own special project.
Well, the only one that really gave him any sass was old Coach, and I mean, we all know he's kind of like a big dumb jock idiot.
Yeah.
I
Don't talk
enjoy
about Coach like that.
What's his name?
Coach.
Exactly. You
I
don't
know
even
it.
respect. You don't respect him enough to call him his actual name.
Because Stephanie said we could have called him Coach, and I agreed. I said that is a far better name.
No, you have to call him with all your respect.
The Sportsmaster.
Is it the or just Sportsmaster?
It can be whatever the hell I want. He don't remember. He's never going to be Sportsmaster again because you made fun of him. You hurt his feelings. You bullied the poor Sportsmaster.
Also, I thought it was funny that he took a seat and then immediately stood right back up to explain his plan.
Yeah, I wrote that down. May I sit? Tells a couple words. Stands up. So we find out the plan is to take over like the middle states in the United States. You can just have those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people will just give them to you.
Nobody on the outside of the United States cares anything about what's going on in the middle of the United States.
You certainly could have started with Oklahoma. You'd be doing us all a favor.
Yep, take it all.
Yeah. Honestly, naming this middle half of the United States, like putting a map in front of me, and I learned all the states, it would be very hard to tell you where they belong.
Nebraska, just because I know that's where the show's being based. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a Dakota's somewhere out there.
One of them?
Just one.
There's two, right? You can only have one.
Yeah.
Don't be stingy.
Don't you take that northern one? That is the north then.
I wrote down what year's the show based because
I think
Brainwave had a VCR, and the only person I know that has that is Stephanie.
Stephanie. Damn it, Stephanie.
Yeah,
Just
that's
two.
true. Like, what does he have a VCR for? Especially, why is he watching it? I'm like, I'm sure he's not watching all his old tapes.
Maybe he has old VHSs. I mean, he has old Disney VHSs.
Maybe he likes those Disney movies.
Is Brainwave just going back and watching his old tapes and going, yeah, I did that then?
I remember
Yeah.
this.
And it's hooked up. Like,
Yeah, it's ready to go. It's just in his office.
no effort.
Maybe it's one of those like, I hope my son finds this and then watches these tapes.
Maybe. I think Henry's gonna have a good I think
Whiny
he's
bitch moment.
I think he's gonna wave on the good and evil, like kind of like a Kylo Ren type thing.
Yeah, I think he's going to go more towards the evil. Like, he's starting to, so far, like, people are evil and they're monsters. And now that his dad's awake, I wonder if he's going to really go towards the middle or evil.
He did
But
kill.
then
He did
he's
kill a
going to
lawyer.
take, yeah,
Does that put him on the good side or the bad side?
the bad
Well,
side.
The
He was a lawyer.
the lawyer was trying to kill his dad.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a middle ground.
For money.
I don't know. Did he talk about how good he felt about it after?
I mean, the show ended. His
I don't
dad
think
woke up.
I don't think he didn't say that it felt good after.
I mean, it brought his dad back to life.
Yeah, Brainwave awakes.
Maybe this is like the coming of Jesus moment, and now all the brainwaves are going to run.
I'm wondering how many episodes we're gonna
And
have
it's going
left.
to be like a goof troop situation.
Mhm.
Because at this
'Cause there's-
point, A lot of
They're
people
start-
know who she is, and a lot of people have seen her actual face. This town's not that big.
I don't
Yeah.
think you guys gave my idea of the Brainwaves going on a road trip together like the Goofy movie. I don't think you gave it enough credit. It could be a real
It's
thing.
gonna happen.
On
Why?
the road
But
again. Yeah, when
I-
you get on the road again.
I would like to see more of like the team doing things together and being a team, because right now it seems like Courtney's running around. She seemed a little bit better in this show, this episode, until they got to the very end, and she was like, "I'm gonna go after him" with her stick again,
Yeah.
at herself.
I was like, she didn't seem terrible. She gave all right speeches to Henry, and she was addressing the whole team, and
She was real gung ho about bringing Henry in, and I thought that was kind of.
well, she's been
dumb.
kind of gun ho about it, bringing everybody in. I think she would have.
Yeah,
I think she would have tried to bring Cindy in.
But the whole team being like, no, and she's like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do it anyway.
the fact that she
Beth was
discussed
on
it
her
with
side.
Pat. Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
fact
true,
that she
Beth was on
discussed
her
it with Pat beforehand was pretty impressive.
Right.
That's fair. And
They had
Pat
an
didn't
actual
say
talk.
no. So
Yeah.
really, the fact that Pat didn't say no meant she shouldn't have done it.
I enjoy it's like, this guy could help us save this city. And they're like, but remember when he sent a dirty picture to Yolanda to the school? I'm like, well, hold on. That is a bad thing to do. And I wish nobody would do that. But it could save the city. So
Right, people are dying.
maybe we put it in perspective, because Yolanda, again, tried to murder him. I don't think she's over everything that's happened.
She did try to murder him again after Courtney came and talked to her, talked to Henry, and then
She's
she
just
came
trying
in
to
and was
protect
like,
her
"Stay
friends,
away."
guys.
By giving up that she's a superhero and her secret identity, because he immediately was like, oh, hey, Yolanda, how are
Right.
you?
Up, Yolanda.
Like,
So
okay,
now I
so
know the entire crew.
that's 2 out of 4 down.
I expected him just looking at me like, oh, so Beth's in this too then?
Right.
Yeah,
You guys have been hanging around.
You guys have been hanging out with that weird ass guy that nobody liked until like 10 seconds ago. So
And she's a short black girl, and there's like 3 of those in the city. Yeah, so they got in the argument at the gym. Yolanda and Rick are on one side. Beth and
did we have our own
Courtney
civil war?
are on one side. And all I could think was, there's never anybody in this gym. Every time that we go to this scene, it's empty all the time.
Which is surprising. You'd think that Artemis would at least be in, although I guess her dad owns a gym, so maybe not. Yeah,
And again,
that's fair.
openly talking about their superhero-ness in the middle of a school.
Right. Someone could just be at the door. So, dinner scene. There was quite a lot, I thought, in that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with nobody told Icicle he could bring his freaking parents to dinner.
No shit. Also, I thought they were German. It was interesting to find out they're Norwegian.
Mm.
It's kind of like a Frozen, if you would.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Derek, when he touches the hot plate, and we can get to that later, but when Derek's like, "What did she find out? I don't understand," because he's never seen any of this show before. And I said, "She just figured out that he's Mr. Icicle," and he goes, okay, because the Norwegian thing." And then immediately said, "Are these rip-off superheroes, or like what is this?" And I was like, "Nope, Mr. Icicle is a real thing."
If you think about it, maybe Disney's the ripoff.
Fair.
I just read old comics of characters that nobody uses and made them Disney princesses. Yeah, I'm glad that we at least, because immediately Courtney goes to get the food, and I'm like, what a fucking idiot. Why did you put your hand in there? Like, it's hot.
Yeah, I
was
thought
like-
the same thing too, but you had to put the storyline down that it was hot.
Right, we had to establish that.
Look, guys, look, it's hot.
Yeah, but I thought the dinner scene was a little tense. It really sounded like Barbara was kind of drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what
super
drinking
drinking the
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. She's gonna become a villain.
She wants some cold icicle D. I know she's with
And
Pat, but there's...
You can tell Pat was kind of like, "Are you hitting on my wife?"
I don't sense much of that. In fact, I think that their relationship's super platonic, which is surprising because I thought it was going to go that way. But he's still really...
I mean, they're at dinner because he said, "My wife used to cook me dinners when I came home," and she's like, "Well, you can come to our family dinner."
I'll make you dinner.
And then she didn't.
And then she boiled chicken, flavorless, disgusting chicken, and Pat had to save the day with some spices. I'd like to know what spices that bad boy put in there.
No, maybe they'll post the recipe on Twitter or something.
Pat just like I said, this show could be called Stripesy, and I'd be on board. I'd be in it to win it.
You like Courtney, and you like Mike. He didn't have a lot going on this week.
Do I like Mike?
Yeah, he barely was even in the episode except for when he took the last dumpling.
What a fucking bitch.
He's a growing boy.
The dumpling was good. Oh, yeah, bitch. Mine.
Yeah. Hey, there was more. It's not like it was the end of it. There was
That's
still
true.
some to be had.
That's true. So Pat had to know that all of them are coming then. Because Pat...
Well, she did say, she
8
said
people.
8 people. She said, I'm fixing dinner for 8. And in my head, I was thinking, okay, Icicle, his son, who the hell else are we bringing?
Yeah, I heard her say 8, and I wasn't counting, and so I just assumed Icicle and his son. And then when his parents walked in there, I was like, who the hell invited them? And then I was like, oh, I guess she did say 8.
They were a little creepy, too.
Super creepy.
They are. No, they're like the type of people that eat people.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever watch Book of Eli?
I did not watch
I don't
Book of
think so.
Eli. Did they
Are
eat
you
people
serious?
there?
Hold on a second. Are you serious? You've never seen the Book of Eli?
Yeah, no, he's blind. That's all I needed to know.
It's one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies of all time. We should go watch that together, man.
Of all time?
Of all time. I love that movie.
Like number 1.
No, I wouldn't say
Okay.
number 1.
Okay.
It's like top 5. You know, it's like top 5.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry.
I wrote down-
there's a group of people that bring them in the middle of the desert. And at one point in time, maybe it's because Mila Kunis is in it and she's special to me. They bring them in and Eli is like, no, we need to go. And then they find out that those people inside the house were these old people that would invite people in to feed them and then eat them.
I can see them doing that. What's that horror movie where the kids went to go meet their...
Hansel and Gretel.
Nope. Where they went to go meet their grandparents, but they didn't know what they looked like, and the grandmother was like naked and scratching doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole time that wasn't really their grandparent.
Spoilers. Too many
sorry.
spoilers in this
Damn
episode.
it, I'm so sorry, guys.
Book of Eli
came out in like 2004, 2005.
Whatever that movie was. There's so many spoilers.
The movie that he don't even remember the name of.
Mm-mm. That was an okay movie. The last 2 notes I have is that Rick was kind of getting all Rick again.
Yeah, he was going back to his old Ricky self.
Like, I don't
I'm
mind
gonna look
questioning...
at this book.
Right. I don't mind questioning the brainwave thing, but Pat asked you to look through some stuff for him, and you were like, this is my dad's journal. I'm going to go read this. And then you leave Beth for all the work.
Poor Beth.
Poor Beth.
Then I wrote down that Barbara now knows the dark secret that Pat has been trying. He shouldn't get in trouble over this, but he's been trying to tell her. But I'm sure she'll be mad, and I guess I can understand, because if I got that dropped on me, I'd be upset I didn't know.
Not only is she going to be mad, she's going to fall into the arms of Icicle. That's what this is all setting up, man.
I can't wait till you're wrong.
She's going to go to him and be like, I'm so sad. And then he's going to play the hero. And then all of a sudden it's going to be this weird, awkward moment where like they might kiss, they might not kiss. And then somehow he'll find it right around that moment. He'll find out that Courtney is Stargirl. And then it's just going to be fucking mind blowing because they've already proven they don't care if everybody in the entire fucking city knows that that's her.
Yeah, they're going to have to move soon.
Nah, man. This is going to be Blue Valley, Nebraska, home of Courtney, a.k.a. Stargirl.
Are we going to rename the school?
Yeah.
Like the mascot was just going to be her.
That's
Her
gonna be
costume?
Stargirl.
Sylvester, whatever her not dad was named.
Yeah, I feel like we're really getting away from the fact that it wasn't actually her dad. Like, I want to keep addressing that.
Yeah, she just is saying that's her dad. So I guess that's
Even
true
Pat's
thing?
not fighting it anymore.
I kind of enjoy it because I think that the more they do that, the better it's
The
going to
more
be
devastating.
in the end. Which is just completely broken as a human being.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be devastating to find out. Unless, they change that like they changed the dragon guy.
Dragon King
Yeah.
and Dr. Ito?
Yeah. Yeah, man, there's so much to unpack in this episode. What are you talking about?
Didn't think so. I don't know. How do you feel about Brainwave being back alive?
It's definitely a problem for everybody. You should have just finished the job when you had the chance.
Yeah, now an adult knows who Courtney is.
Right.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, because before only every child in the entire city knew who Courtney was, and for some reason the adults who are parents to these children could not figure it out.
Yeah.
I thought that's how Cindy was going to get out of her situation. Was be like,
Yeah,
you
by
let me
saying
out,
I know
I'll
who
tell you
Stargirl is.
But apparently we're hanging on to that for something else.
And again, there's tons of cameras. How do you not notice that the curly, froofy-haired blonde girl?
The new curly, fluffy-haired blonde girl.
Right. Like, it's not even a hard thing to put 2 and 2 together.
Agreed.
But you know what? That whole universe, the whole DC universe, circles around a superhero that puts on and off glasses and nobody knows.
That's true.
So,
As soon as Derek takes off his glasses, no one recognizes him.
right. So to be fair, they let that slide all the time. Except for Cindy. Cindy's like, hey, you're fucking Stargirl. I know you are.
Right, I'm not an idiot. I recognize your hair and your entire face. You're barely wearing a mask.
All right, Michael, who'd you hate? Let's hear it.
Everybody.
Oh, okay. That wraps it up quickly.
Except for Pat.
Stephanie, any final thoughts?
I'm a big Pat fan. I think that Beth is becoming the right-hand man. I think that's important.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Brainwave now that he's awake. Because he knows who Courtney is, so he's going to go blabbing around.
I really think that Henry's just going to see how crazy he is and go,
Yeah.
oh, you might be a little too crazy for my liking. Maybe he'll be
Yeah.
with Courtney and the other ones because although I get angry, you're straight up crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I think
fair.
he's going towards the villain path, but then he's going to go do kind of what Courtney said and see the deeper, like the pain behind someone's anger, like Yolanda. I think that might be what makes him click and understand that people aren't just monsters.
I
And then
thought
he's gonna be like, oh, okay, we're helping you.
Yeah, I thought that was
happens.
interesting. The if you look deeper in, because I guess you imagine if you just search someone's brains, you might find the angry, scary thoughts first, and then deeper down having to find the actual person who's a human being.
Yeah, so I think he's going to find that in Yolanda, and there's going to be brainwaves on two sides, and there's going to be father against son.
Yeah, and then Icicle against Snowflake. That's my code name for him.
If you guys liked it, make sure to comment down below. You can reach us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. They're all Friendship Supreme, except for Twitter has no eyes and the word friendship, because all eyes should be on our YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, we've got plenty of content. We put content on there once a week, if not more. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.
This is Stephanie.
And remember, if you ever want to know if someone's a bad ice person, just give them a hot plate. Bye.